You hear me talking about mindfulness. Keep up with your mindfulness practices. Be steadfast. Stick to your mindfulness practices. But like, what is mindfulness and how do we cultivate it in a practical way in our daily lives? And how do we go about starting mindfulness? People think of mindfulness and think of meditation where you have to sit quietly and control your mind and be like, for 30 minutes straight. And that's simply not what it is. Let's talk about it. Wise Tribe, what's the vibes of Wicca Wise Tribe? What's the vibes? Happy Wise Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here once again. And if you're new, what's good? What's up? I'm Shariya Wise. I'm a being who creates to inspire high frequency and high vibrational living. So as I actively create my perception of heaven on earth, I share what I can and we evolve and get better together. Yes, ma'am? So we're going to talk more about me at the end of this video, but let's talk about what we're talking about today. Happy Wise Wednesday. So on all my platforms and all my videos, you hear me talking about mindfulness. Keep up with your mindfulness practices. Be steadfast. Stick to your mindfulness practices. But like, what is mindfulness and how do we cultivate it in a practical way in our daily lives? And how do we go about starting mindfulness? Let's talk about it. So for me, mindfulness is the intentional action of cultivating presence. And you could cultivate presence in so many different ways. It can be affirmations, it could be meditation, it could be visualization, it could be journaling, it could be going for a walk in nature. Now it's very cliche, but our entire reality is really based on our perception and programming of our mind, right? For me, mindfulness is important because it kind of acts as a tool that allows us to reprogram our mind with consistency over time. So a lot of times I feel like people think of mindfulness and think of meditation where you have to sit quietly and control your mind and be like, for 30 minutes straight. And that's simply not what it is. Mindfulness, like I said previously, is just the intentional action of cultivating presence in your current state of being. Because when you are present, you are truly at peace. You're not in the future, being too much in the future, causing anxiety. You're not in the past, dwelling on the past, causing depression. You are present right now, able to have gratitude for what is today. Because whether we're in the past, or the future, we're going to be able to feel those emotions as if we're currently feeling them in this present moment. So being present and allowing yourself to be in a state of being where your mind can be present allows you to see what is in front of you right now and cultivate a sense of gratitude for the present moment. And the more gratitude that you have for the present moment, the more the universe, your world, God, whatever you perceive your higher power to be, will give you more instances and moments where you feel calm and gratitude in your present moment. You have more reasons to feel gratitude in your present moment. And another thing is that in the present moment, we have the ability to shift and change for the better our future. And we have the ability to put into action the lessons that we learned from the past. There's so much power and peace in the present. And so to bring it all back together, mindfulness is the intentional action of allowing our state of being and our mind to stay, be, thrive, and feel gratitude in the present. So the more we allow ourselves to practice mindfulness, whatever that mindfulness practice may be for you, on a consistent and routine basis, the more we're able to reinforce presence and that muscle memory of staying present into our state of being, into our norm, into our programming, right? And so when we're in a state of being present, we're doing our affirmations, we're doing our meditation, journaling, visualization, we allow ourselves to reach a state of consciousness that we may not have been able to feel or to experience if we aren't present, right? So the more we create that muscle memory of remaining and maintaining our presence, the more that we're able to presently observe what is happening around us and have also our own higher consciousness realizations that come to us because we're in a state of being and receptive to the presence and the universal energies that are around us, right? The lessons that are around us, the wisdom that is within us that we now are present enough to acknowledge, right? But we have have to just literally remain present. And so mindfulness is a tool that allows us to stay present, remain present, and inevitably raise our consciousness and raise our vibrations, and not even raise our vibrations, but more so bring our vibrations in alignment to the state of beings that we desire for ourselves, right? It also allows us to really tap in with ourselves and to really see and acknowledge, because a lot of times we don't even know certain patterns or triggers of a unhealed or younger inner child's version of ourselves. A lot of times people who are beginning a spiritual journey, a mindfulness journey, a self-healing journey, self-discovery journey, it all starts with one form or another of mindfulness, right? Because also the practice of mindfulness, even if it's not for your intention to heal yourself with mindfulness, you will inevitably learn so much about yourself and become closer and more in touch with your divine being that's innately inside of you, right? Because, little sidetrack, but as humans, we are souls who chose to come and have a human experience, and part of that experience was to forget the divinity that we have inside of us so that we can relearn it and reinforce it within our state of being, within our soul. And so practicing mindfulness and reinforcing that muscle memory of remaining and maintaining present allows us to come to ourselves and re-meet, re-engage, relearn the truest, most divine version of ourselves, the best version of ourselves that have been muted by society, by programming placed on us by the people and beings that we were raised around, what have you. It allows us to come to the most authentic version of ourselves. And the more we practice mindfulness with repetition and consistency, the more authentic we become, because we remember who we really are. And so there's a lot of people who are new to mindfulness, who want to start with mindfulness. And I always recommend, when you're first starting out with mindfulness, start with affirmations. The reason being is because it is a lot easier than having to sit down and observe your thoughts, right? It's really engaging when you do your affirmations. And then another thing with affirmations is having the conscious knowing while doing your affirmations that when you're speaking, the energy around you, your world, your reality, your universe is going to give you evidence of what you're saying to be true. And also your inner being, all the energies that are within you are going to start giving you evidence of what you're saying to be true. And these changes and the evidence that I'm speaking of our affirmations coming to life will always start within first, right? And so when we speak affirmations and reinforce into the universe consistently that you are what you said, you are what you affirmed, that in and of itself will give us internal realizations as to how we are gonna become, or how we can become more of a vibrational match to the affirmations that we speak. I recommend doing affirmations multiple times a day. I have alarms on my phone of at certain times reminding me to do and recite certain affirmations and mantras, because energy will bro. Even when you don't speak with intention, energy is gonna start giving you evidence of what you say to be true, right? So speaking with intention, because energy loves intention, speaking every day with intention reinforces into the world around you, into your subconscious programming, into your internal being, that you are the affirmations, and you have the affirmations, and you do the affirmations that you recite on a daily basis. It works, and you have to just start, okay? Consciously knowing that you will receive and see the affirmations that you're saying without looking for it. Say it with confidence, like you know you that, right? But don't look for it. Don't go looking for it, because then that puts you in an energy of lack, right? That puts you in an energy of masculinity, which I know I speak to a few masculines, but for the most part I speak to divine feminine or feminine energies. And honestly, mindfulness in and of itself is very feminine. It's very receptive. You are receiving and you are nurturing, right? That's also what mindfulness is. And so after you say your affirmations, if you're just starting out with mindfulness and you start saying your affirmations, and I'll put a whole bunch of links in the description of different affirmations. All my platforms, I share affirmations There's plenty of affirmations on the Shariya Wise platform, so definitely after this video, if it feels like it's in alignment, go ahead to those links in the descriptions. Take a look-skis on my other platforms so that you could just, you know, find affirmations that are in alignment with you. But to bring it all together, your affirmations will begin to show you evidence of what you're saying to be true. And it's not going to happen on a tangible basis first. It's going to happen internally. That's why you don't go looking for things, right? You just know consciously that when you said so, it is because you said so, period. And that's all you need, right? Mindfulness, if you're getting started, affirmations. So a really easy and practical tip that I have when you're starting to get into mindfulness is literally schedule 10 minutes a day. Just starting out, right? And within this 10 minutes, you're going to take different actions, intentional actions of mindfulness. It could be you sitting down for meditation for 2 minutes, journaling for 2 minutes, doing affirmations for 3 minutes. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we got 3 more minutes. And visualizing for the last 3 minutes, right? It could be you doing a meditation for 10 minutes. It could be journaling. It could be a guided meditation. I'll also, at the end of this video, share my very powerful meditation that I created for you if you're watching this. And every day, I highly recommend that you wake up 30 minutes earlier, not to use the entire 30 minutes for mindfulness, but wake up 30 minutes earlier to do your hygiene, wake up, like do whatever you have to do to refresh yourself, whether that is your tea, your vitamins, right? Whatever it is for you, right? Within that 30 minutes, allocate 10 of those 30 minutes to doing mindfulness practices, affirmations, journaling, right? Let's just start there. But you're gonna be consistent with it, right? And you're gonna be steadfast. And you're not gonna force yourself or give yourself a certain duration of when you should have a longer mindfulness routine beyond 10 minutes, right? Because you'll know, your body will tell you like, this is enough. But just stick to that 10 minutes. And also, you could start with 5 minutes, right? It doesn't have to be long, it just has to be intentional. Every day, prioritize it, because remember, mindfulness in and of itself is the tool that allows us to consistently reprogram our subconscious mind so that we can begin to have the reality that we truly desire for ourselves. We have to start somewhere, right? Another thing that I highly recommend, another very practical tip into getting into mindfulness, is literally set an alarm every hour on the hour that affirms I am present, right? Because like I also said, mindfulness in and of itself is presence, the act and facilitation of remaining present, right? So having a simple affirmation, one affirmation every hour on the hour saying I am present will literally do wonders. It does not have to be super grand to be impactful, right? That's another thing I recommend when starting with your mindfulness journey. Another practical tip that I want to recommend when getting into mindfulness, specifically with affirmations, is literally just have a list of 5 to 10 affirmations that you say every day. You don't need a whole lot of affirmations to be impactful, right? Having 5 to 10 affirmations that you say every day, reciting and saying the affirmations like you really believe that, you know what I'm saying? Like you really know that what you're saying will eventually give you evidence of what you're saying to be true, because your voice is so powerful because you said so. Doing those affirmations, whether it be 5 or 10, with consistency is immensely powerful. It doesn't have to be super grand to be powerful, to be impactful. Now, another thing is when you're starting your mindfulness journey, start with no expectation of how your journey will look, right? Allow your journey to show you and mold you and teach you how your journey should be structured. Basically, what I'm saying is, instead of going in and saying, I'm gonna do this every day, and it's gonna be super steadfast, listen to what your body is telling you, right? So let's say within the 10 minutes that you allot for your mindfulness, you said that maybe you were gonna do journaling, but in the moment you're like, you know what, I wanna do affirmations. listen to the flow of your body and act accordingly, right? Because every mindfulness journey is different, and really good mindfulness journeys are journeys and practices where you listen to what feels good for you, because there's so many different ways of mindfulness, and how you see someone else doing mindfulness may not be the way that you do your mindfulness. So really allow your journey to really create your mindfulness routine and practice, okay? And of course, you know, you can have a structure for yourself if you're first getting out. Maybe for your first 10-minute session of mindfulness, you say that you're gonna do 5 minutes of visualization and 5 minutes of journaling, right? And then after that first session, you're like, you know what, maybe I want to kind of try 2 minutes of visualization, maybe 3 minutes of journaling, and I'll do the last 5 minutes for affirmations. What I'm saying is, you will listen to your body, okay? Because mindfulness also should feel like a privilege. Mindfulness should feel fun. It shouldn't feel like something you have to force yourself to do. It is an immense privilege to be conscious enough to realize that mindfulness can help you achieve the life that you desire. So really just go with the flow of the mindfulness, and don't try to put your force or human control over the mindfulness, right? Let the mindfulness flow. Let the mindfulness tell you what it likes. Or well, let your mindfulness tell you what it likes and how it likes to be received, right? Because you can receive and express mindfulness in so many different ways. Now, I know so many of us are very busy. Some of us may have kids and just different life obligations, and we may feel because of those things that we won't be able to really implement a mindfulness practice into our state of being. And honestly, I just want to say mindfulness can also be had in the moments of you doing the specific obligations and tasks that you have to do for daily life, right? We have to shower. We literally have no choice but to clean our bodies, but in the moment of us showering, we could add intention to it to make it a mindfulness practice. Maybe that may be the only time that you have for yourself. So allow yourself to take 2 to 3 minutes in the shower while you're allowing the water to cleanse your aura, and say affirmations in your head, or if you can, out loud. You can have a mindfulness moment in any moment of life, wherever you are. You can literally be at work and you may feel like you need to have a mindfulness moment. And also, a little bit of a sidebar, I actually just recorded a 2-minute verbal meditation yesterday that will be on my YouTube channel very soon, right? And the reason that I'm sharing this in the first place is just to let you know, like, you can have a mindfulness moment for 2 minutes. You can have a mindfulness moment for 30 seconds, right? And so a good example of how I would practice mindfulness on a very busy day. Let's say I'm outside, I have a bunch of errands to run, I have calls and meetings and deadlines, and it's just a really busy day. In a previous state of being, I would have gotten overwhelmed, but now when I have those moments of having super busy, jam-packed days, which I might add, I'm blessed to have, when I do feel that sense of being or state of being within my body of overwhelm or anxiety, I literally stop and I tell myself, first off, I'll stop, I'll acknowledge how I'm feeling, like, okay, I'm definitely cancel. Let me not say it in a way that affirms it, but in that moment, I'd be like, okay, I'm feeling this in my body. I'm acknowledging that I'm feeling this. I am requesting the energies within me to ground. That's a whole affirmation. And now the energies within my body are going to start to ground. And another thing that I might add to that is, I am feeling grounded within my state of being. I'm feeling an abundance of peace overflow and overtake my state of being. That's an affirmation that you will feel in your body, because knowing consciously, like I said, that when you speak, energy is gonna move for you, right? And that's how I would have a mindfulness moment if I'm in a state of being where I'm, ripping and running, overwhelmed, super busy, hectic work day. I can literally take 2 seconds, maybe not 2, maybe like 30 seconds to myself to just reinstill and inform to myself, hey, you're good, you're fine, you're feeling this, and I acknowledge how you feel, but I'm going to remind you that you are good, and now I'm going to demand all the energies that are within you to make you feel like the good that you are. You could have a mindfulness moment at any moment, but it's also about, though, being present. Like I said, do those hour-on-hour alarms of I am present. You will see in your state of being how you are naturally just more present, because it's going to subconsciously allow you to work that muscle memory of staying present, which is mindfulness. So to sum it all up, if you're new to mindfulness or you're re-beginning or reinvigorating a mindfulness or your mindfulness journey, just, be graceful with yourself. Allow the mindfulness and your body to teach you how you like your mindfulness to be received and expressed, right? And just go with the flow and be very graceful with yourselves. And probably most important, stay consistent. For the 10 minutes that you've allotted for your mindfulness, do your mindfulness. And it could be, like I said, whatever your body's telling you the mindfulness should be for that 10 minutes, do your mindfulness, say your affirmations, set those I am present alarms every hour on the hour, and start small, because like I said, it does not have to be super grand and large and pronounced to be impactful. But it's so important that you start somewhere and remain consistent. And let's say there's a moment or a duration of time where you kind of fall off a little bit, because it happens to literally the best of us. Acknowledge it. It's cool. Do not beat yourself up about it. Maybe you needed that break to kind of just fall off for a little bit so that you could feel more invigoration and getting back into that routine. Regardless, be graceful with yourselves and just fall back into it, okay? Just be consistent, be graceful, and literally you got this. Start somewhere, okay? I have so much different resources on my page. I have links in the description of different ways that we can stay motivated and stay consistent and stay inspired and re-inspired on our mindfulness journey. I actually created a whole entire music meditation, because you can also use music to reprogram your subconscious mind, to meditate, to get to vibrational alignment with your perception of the best version of yourself. And I created a music meditation to raise our bad bitch vibrations, which is really harnessing the masculine and feminine energies within us in a perfect balance that is so unique and perfect for us to really have the desires that we want and the life that we want, and to be the vibrational match to everything that we desire and deserve, right? So if that's in alignment, definitely head to the link in the description, and at minimum, read the reviews of the Sis You a Bad Bitch music meditation to raise your bad bitch vibrations. And then if it's feeling like it's in alignment, definitely get your copy of the Sis You a Bad Bitch music meditation to raise your bad bitch vibrations. And at minimum, do it for 30 days straight and just see how you feel. And it's so versatile. You can do it in the car, you can do it before bed, you can do it before, when you're first waking up. It's such a versatile meditation that you can do literally anywhere at any point, and you will feel the upgrade in your state of being immediately. And the more you do the meditation, the more powerful and impactful that meditation gets for you, okay? Also, you guys, ShariyaWise.com. I have so many different resources that I'm working on actively right now to add to my website. But in the meantime, you guys, I still do have some resources on the website. So go check it out and go put your email in the email subscription list. I do not blow up your emails, but anytime that I have something new or some real exclusive tea that I want to share just with the Wise Tribe, you're going to get an email, girl. So if it's feeling like it's in alignment, if you want to join the Wise Tribe, head to ShariyaWise.com. Again, I'll have links in the description. Join the Wise Tribe, because we the vibe. And yeah, let's grow, evolve, and get better together. Aside from that, you guys, if you're still here, definitely hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Turn on those post notifications. Hit that like button. In the comments, let me see your favorite color heart, and put 3 of them, just so I know that you made it to the end of this video, because it's important for me as a creator to see how many people are actually making it to the end of these videos. You know what I'm saying? Because I just really want as much people as I can to be inspired by my journey and inspired by the wisdom and downloads that I receive literally on a daily basis, you guys. But aside from that, let me know what you're feeling in the comments. Let me know what tips and ideas that you have for someone who may be new to their mindfulness journey. What are some things that were very impactful for you to know and do on your mindfulness journey that you can share with someone else that comes across your comment? Because I really, and we all really need to learn from you as well. We need to learn from each other, and that's what creates the Wise Tribe community. So with that being said, you guys, I love you, I love you, I love you so much. Remember, keep your thoughts focused on what you want, because it's what you focus on that manifests. Keep up with your mindfulness practices. It does not have to be grand to be impactful. And until my next video, I will see you soon. Mwah!